I've come farther in this sport than I ever imagined.
Carlos!
I'm enjoying doing what I do for a living.
Condit!
I get paid to get in there. Fight. I'm driven to get that title, but I'm also just enjoying the ride.
Carlos Condit developed a reputation as one of the fiercest guys around.
He's been fighting at a top level against elite fighters for more than a decade.
And it is Carlos Condit, the natural-born killer, that ends it.
Carlos Condit, the last welterweight champion in WEC history.
Since he's come over, he's just been absolutely a monster.
He's aggressive. He's coming at you with punches, kicks, knees, elbows. He throws everything.
Condit mixing things up nicely here.
You can make a case for him being the best striker in the 170 division.
Absolutely right. He's out.
The biggest compliment you can give a fighter is they're terrifying to watch. Carlos Condit is that.
I have this dynamic style where I bring all kinds of different things to the table. Usually it works out pretty well for me.
2011. George St. Pierre tears his ACL, so has to step out for a little bit.
Former Strikeforce champion against former WEC champion for the UFC interim welterweight championship belt.
All right, gentlemen, this is it. 5 rounds.
Right away, they can't wait.
This is
awesome. Look at this.
Diaz, he's notorious for getting in a guy's head, talking trash, and getting a guy to fight emotionally.
Have you ever seen anybody do that to Carlos Condit before?
I had to completely disconnect emotionally and just stick purely to my game plan and my tactics.
Carlos Condit is not only a great fighter, but he is a highly intelligent human being.
Well, Carlos is getting off some good shots here. He's moving well. He's avoiding the traps that Nick Diaz is setting for him.
The interim UFC welterweight champion of the world, Carlos Condit!
Still not satisfied, you know. I was the interim champion. I want to become the undisputed champion. Any world-class athlete is less than satisfied until they get to the top.
And you will now be facing George St. Pierre for the undisputed title.
Condit.
That's a nice kick! Oh, he got it! George is hurt!
Kick to the head. Condit swarming St. Pierre.
George is in big trouble.
It looked like this was going to be Carlos Condit's night, but George St. Pierre, like he's done so many times in his career, came back and took control of the fight.
I thought I had it, man.
Then Carlos Condit comes back against Johnny Hendricks, somebody that's fighting for the title now.
He's hanging on him over under with 2 hooks. Oh, big left hook by Condit. Nice shot to the body by Carlos.
That was a barn burner.
This was incredible to think Carlos Condit had fought the 2 best people in the welterweight division, but had back-to-back defeats and was really in desperate need of a win.
6th-ranked Martin Kampmann, the former Danish Thai boxing champion, 9 career wins by knockout, another 6 by submission.
Coming off those 2 losses, it basically just gave me a blueprint of what I needed to do different.
And now Condit starts to land here against Kampmann.
Another beautiful combination from Condit on the inside.
Condit pressing forward, now lands a combination. And that one opened Martin Kampmann up.
It's unbelievable. At 170 pounds, the kind of pace that Condit keeps.
Watch out, Kampmann looks like he's hurt here. Martin Kampmann hurting for certain now. Condit piling it on.
Beautiful body shot from Condit to the left hand of the liver.
And that'll do it. Carlos Condit has done it.
Carlos Condit cementing his status as the #2 welterweight in the world.
The results were me being able to finish Martin like I did.
Carlos doesn't take any time off in between fights. We've kind of established that it's best for his body if he just maintains a certain level of fitness. It's probably why he has such great cardio too, because he takes no time off. So he's been in camp now since his last fight. So right now we're just kind of working on his strength, a little bit of power, and we're getting ready to transition into a little bit more conditioning for him. Kind of get a little side-to-side movement, man, so get that body, yep, right there, there you go. That body down, keep working, 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 working. Keep going. Driving. Got it. Good. Got it. And he's going to get stronger. He's going to be more explosive. So Carlos is his strongest, his most explosive going into that fight that he's ever been to face such a dynamic fighter. Good low base. Last one. Pull through. Good job.
Carlos Condit is definitely a front runner to get a title shot, if not be a title holder at some point in 2014, especially with this division being wide open now.
Yeah, good hips, dude. Love that. Pull the hips through the sled. Staying strong with it. 10, 9, 8, 5, 6, 2, 7. Switch. Got it.
The door is open for everybody in the welterweight division, and nobody more so than Carlos Condit.
Good feet.
He says he's sick of hearing that former interim champion in front of him. He wants to be just the champion. He's shown he has the ability.
This is a chance for him to sort of get back on the cycle, get back on the treadmill, going in the right direction.
Condit, for all intents and purposes, gets the victory here, and he's right back in the title discussion, probably faces the winner of Hendricks and Lawler.
Got it. Good. Right there.
I got the fight with Carlos Condit just by persistence, man.
If Tyron Woodley texts me one more time, he must text me 15 times a day.
If the risk is high, the reward is high. Why not roll the dice?
Those are the guys I want to deal with. Those are the guys I want to hear from.
Why not knock off the #2 guy in the world? So when I beat him, it puts me right in position to fight my next fight for the world title.
Get this win over Woodley, and I'm gonna get that title shot. And, I'm gonna get that belt around my waist.
I'm a family guy.
Hello.
I've always wanted to be married.
Come on, man, we gotta get ready for school.
I wanted to have a lot of kids. Family is the most important thing.
Every morning is an adventure.
It's what I fight for. It's what I try to be successful for. I want to see my family have an abundance. I want to see us get rid of any financial stress.
Neighbors are building a pool.
Every time I fight and every time I take a step towards that title, it puts me in a position where I'm looking at the house that I envision. I'm looking at that pool in the back for my boys to play in that big yard. They appreciate seeing their dad training. That's what keeps me driving, keeps me pushing. When I get this world title, when I reign over the division, our life is gonna change dramatically.
As 170-pound fighters go, Tyron Woodley is one of the stronger ones.
Literally has tree trunks for legs. The guy is just an athletic freak.
Just shredded, big, looks imposing. Could be a football player. He's a fighter. I'm really tailor-made for this sport. I'm compact, I'm explosive, I'm hungry. I have heavy hands, I have good wrestling, I got a good takedown defense. I'll be a very hard guy to beat in this division, just using all the things I've been blessed with, all the gifts, the hard work and the mindset, the mentality I take into mixed martial arts. It's one of a champion.
Pro athletes like Tyron requires a lot of attention.
Kick. It's really tight through here.
When you think about a chiropractor, you think about somebody popping your back, 20 minutes in and out, but when you go in there and the guy's actually analyzing the balance of your body and seeing what muscles are firing.
Got a lot of work to do. Let's have you face up.
Or even something as small as your hand. These hands are what we make our money with. So for those Little small things or little small advantages, I think that make the world of difference in a fight.
In these guys, they all train hard. It's that millisecond of response and the muscle memory that really counts.
Kick. Much better. You were missed, Doc.
So if I could get him to the extra milliseconds, I did my job. Good. Good motion. Walk around, see how that feels.
Feel good.
Awesome.
Tyron Woodley, 6 wins via submission.
Tyron Woodley started out his career 10-0, looked like a very, very bright up-and-coming prospect.
Woodley goes on the attack. Coy now. Woodley takes Coy down.
Very, very effective in what he did.
He was able to get the fight to where he wanted it to and get the victories he needed to get to move forward in his career.
When you come into any sport, you know, you lean into your background. For me, it was natural for me to lean to my wrestling.
Woodley went 48-0 in his senior year of high school as a wrestler.
Built a name for himself in Strikeforce.
There's an elbow.
And still undefeated, Tyron Woodley.
Tyron Woodley comes into the UFC. His first fight is against Jay Haran.
Jay the Thoroughbred Haran, 23 wins, 12 first-round finishes.
I knew he was a veteran. He had 12 finishes in the first round. He was a very seasoned, gamed opponent.
Tyron Woodley is a massive welterweight. His wrestling is top-notch and working very hard to... Oh! Big shot, looking to finish it right away. Haran just trying to survive. Big shot, ground and pound. That's it. It's all over. Just like that. What? Wow. Tyron Woodley just made a statement, ladies and gentlemen.
That was truly a scary knockout. I mean, for somebody that we thought was a wrestler, he announced immediately that he had striking as well.
These guys who are great wrestlers have to evolve. They have to learn some other stuff. You're not always going to be able to take a fight to the mat.
I really focus on evolving my striking. Your power is developed with timing and technique. Anybody can swing an arm punch very hard, but the person who has good accuracy can get on that person's chin as fast as they can, as hard as they can, those are the ones that push you to sleep.
Bring it on, come on. And here we go. Big uppercut, big right hand by Woodley. And big knee. Oh, another nice right hand.
The Koscheck fight was huge for me. Fighting a guy like that that's fought for a world title, beating a lot of top-level guys, had over 20 fights in the UFC.
Oh! That's it. Now that's it. All over. Oh, my
Tyron
goodness.
Woodley knocks out Josh Koscheck.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That is power.
Tyron Woodley is very exciting now. You can ask Josh Koscheck and Jay Haran how exciting Tyron Woodley is. He comes in there to bang now, and I think he's got everything. He's got top-level wrestling, but he's bringing heavy hands, and that brings an entire new element to his game. This fight, to me, really means who's number 2. We've got a new title fight on the horizon, but we've also got to figure out who's next.
I think there's a reason that fight is the co-main event on this card right after the welterweight title fight, with the understanding that the winners of these 2 fights may wind up meeting later in the year.
Carlos Condit is a phenomenal matchup for me. When I looked at the welterweight division, and I look at the guys that are ranked high that I do well against, just on pure style matchup, and he was one of the guys, and he was close to the top of the list.
We're always trying to climb. We're always trying to climb the ladder. He's got everything to gain, nothing to lose, really. But I know that I have the abilities and the skills to take him out.
It's going to be high-paced. I think we're going to be in each other's face. We want to go home with a Fighting Night bonus. We want to go home and, you know, with some extra change that we didn't expect to get. I got to get to the top, and it's through him.